Well, this one looks terrific tonight.
It does.
So it's Liar at 9 on ITV. We'll show you a clip in just a moment.
Yep.
But it starts with a date.
Yes, so the story, as the title would suggest, the theme is very much lying and, you know, deceit, and how all the characters, in fact, in the story, apart from our main two protagonists, are embroiled in either their own lie or somebody else's. So it makes for a very twisty-turny plot. But our two central characters, Laura, who I play, and Andrew, played by Joanne Griffith, meet and go on a date, and sort of events unfold during that night, and they both have very different opinions on what happened, and they're both trying to prove that their version of events is the truth.
And which, of course, as we know, is an incredibly difficult thing to do, and it does open up that conversation of when two people see things from completely different sides. Who and how do you believe? How do you get to the truth?
Yeah, when I read the script for the first episode, I just thought it threw up so many interesting questions, and it was such an eye-opener, because I just thought, wow, I really didn't know who was lying by the end of the first episode. We do find out who's lying, so probably about halfway through the 6th episode, which then sort of adds to more twists and turns and a lot more surprises, and, you know, ultimately it's a thriller, and we go full on into thriller territory. But it's it's a show that I think will definitely open up discussions.
Why did you have reservations about it?
I didn't have reservations about the job. I did have reservations about the subject matter, because obviously I'd been involved in a storyline before on Downton of a similar nature, and, you know, it was a thought process. I thought, do I want to tackle this subject again, and how do I feel about tackling it from this kind of angle?
We were talking about rape. That's the subject that we're talking.
Sexual assault, and how do I feel about, you know, this being who's lying, who's telling the truth? And ultimately, I thought, well, you know, this is a thriller. Thrillers are always based around very dark, traumatic events, and we're very socially accepting of a thriller or a police drama about, you know, murder or abduction of a child or even paedophilia. So why is sexual assault still such a taboo subject? And for that reason, I thought, you know, we should be doing this, you know.
Well, the writers on it are Harry and Jack Williams. They wrote The Missing, and partly as well, their writing is what sort of enticed you.
Well,
to do it
yes.
as well.
I mean, in terms of just, you know, being an actress and looking at the job on its merits, there was this brilliant script. I met James Strong, our first block director, to talk about possibly doing the project, and he showed me his mood boards and all these amazing ideas he had for the look of it and the feel of it, and he just got me really excited by, you know, his excitement. And ultimately, I thought, I can't say no to this. If I see someone else playing this role, I'm going to be very upset about it.
and we were talking about CVs at the beginning of our chat. Now, I think it's always important to have new skills and something that you can put on your CV. So kayaking.
I can kayak now. Yes, I owe it all to Liar. Yeah, there was a discussion early on that my character Laura should have a sport, because she's, you know, an intelligent, strong woman. She's by no means a victim. You know, she's very. And they thought, yeah, we want her to be really strong and have a sport. So there was lots of discussion, sort of, should it be running? And James, our director, thought it was a bit boring. And then they said, what about riding a bike? I was like, can't ride a bike.
You can't ride a bike?
Go back a second. You've never ridden a bike?
I mean, I have, but sort of very badly. My parents spent so much of my childhood trying to get me to ride a bike, and I just wasn't having it. So I said, you know what, actually, I think I'd prefer the kayaking, to learn to kayak, than to ride a bike. So at least I don't have to balance in a kayak.
Yeah.
Well, sort of, but not in the same way.
I would have thought, yes.
Yeah, so I now have a new skill, so it's good.
And you liked it?
I did. I really enjoyed it, yeah.
Something you'd continue to do?
Well, I thought I would. I was like, I'm going to keep my kayak from the show. And then my husband kind of went, really? It's just going to
You could have arrived out here.
In it, and, you know...
There's somewhere to park.
Could have kayaked
I
in
know,
today.
exactly. It could be my new mode of transport, so...
How often are you here now? Because there's a lot of work in America for you, isn't there?
Yeah, we've sort of been splitting our time between here and the States a lot more, but here at the moment, because I've just set up a production company as well, so we've got a couple of things in the early stages of development with a couple of production companies here, so definitely here is the place to be for now.
And you want to say... Now, if I was to say the words Downton the movie, are you just going to wince horribly and look at me? Because, I mean, the only reason I say this is because I feel like online we've moved on slightly, because apparently it has been confirmed online.
Oh, has it?
Well,
okay.
apparently.
Good. Right. I haven't heard
Whereabouts
anything.
online?
But
Where online
Lovely.
has it been
It's what
confirmed?
it said, so I'm just saying it and see if
just
she
feel
bites.
Some dodgy old tweet.
I know. I feel really bad though because I keep getting quoted about the Downton movie, and I'm like, I actually don't know anything. So
You
I
are
literally
up
don't
for
know
it.
anything.
You would like to do it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think the rest of there are quite a few people. It's 22 people you've got to get together.
Yeah,
isn't it?
exactly.
So trying to organise that, I would have thought, would be quite
It's
difficult.
quite difficult.
But there is a feeling of goodwill towards
there is definitely a will from all of us that it would be lovely if it happens. So.
And you
Fingers
haven't been
crossed.
So
you haven't been
nice.
approached yet. You're not signed or anything.
No.
Look me in the eye.
No contracts, no
She's
signing.
an amazing actress. That's not going to work on her.
I wish we had, because then I'd be able to tell you something, sort of concrete. But no, we're still not sure.
Okay.
But we'll see.
Thank you.